I'm Dr. Carolyn Cedarquist. I'm a family practitioner and a board-certified bariatric physician, which is the medical specialty of weight management. I've been a doctor for 20 years, and my practice specializes in helping people lose weight without surgery through nutrition. I've been asked to answer the question, why is yo-yo dieting bad? Yo-yo dieting is harmful because many times people will lose weight because they really restrict what they're eating and make some poor choices. They may eat less calories, but they're not fueling their body with the right things as they lose weight. For example, someone may really just cut down on calories and eat just a salad or skip meals, not realizing that the body has an absolute requirement every single day for specific nutrients. The body has a requirement every day for protein, and the body cannot store protein. So you have to have protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and theoretically at snacks during the day. You can't store it to use it later. So if you end up not eating the right amount of nutrients, your body will break down the only place protein exists in your body, in your own muscle tissue. When you break down your own muscle tissue, it's a tremendous threat to the body. And over time, metabolism slows down, but you also lose a lot of health. What happens many times when people yo-yo diet is they lose weight, but they don't necessarily lose fat. And fat is really what we want to target when we're helping somebody lose weight. We don't want them to break down their muscle tissue. We don't want them to break down their fat-free mass because they're not getting any healthier. They're actually getting less healthy. And that's the reason people will potentially lose weight with a fad diet only to regain it rapidly because the body's been starving. Metabolism slows and the body views it as a threat, immediately gains the weight. In the process of this breaking down of vital tissues like protein, you can become vitamin deficient, mineral deficient. If we take it to the most extreme case scenario, the person who has anorexia nervosa, who starves themselves, those are the very, very underweight people, they die of heart failure because the heart is made of muscle. If you don't give your body what it needs, it takes from within. So you have to give your body the right nutrients spread throughout the day and regularly. When I work with patients in my office, this is critical. To give your body good nutrition all the time, and your body will allow you to lose the excess calories and weight that you have stored as fat. If you don't, you continue to store. I created BistroMD based on the nutritional program I use in my office because it is a lot of work for people to sometimes put all the work in of planning breakfast, lunches, dinners, snacks that have adequate protein, that have the right amount of carbohydrates without being super low or super high, to have the right amount of fat, but again avoiding too much fat or too little. It's more work than people really realize in order to really allow yourself to target weight loss from fat. But when it comes to losing weight, that's really the only thing we want to lose is fat. Here's a good example. You'll have somebody who'll go ahead and go on a crash diet, and they may be, say, 180 pounds or so, and they go on a crash diet and they actually lose an equal amount of lean tissue like muscle as they do of fat. They lose an equal amount because the body is breaking down lean tissue because you're not meeting your protein requirements. They get to a lower weight, but their metabolism is lower because they've lost muscle mass. Their body is under a lot of stress. They start gaining weight back, but they tend to primarily gain fat back. It's harder to build muscle. We know the way you build muscle is by working out and increasing your muscle mass. So when they go down and go back up, their body composition changes. They end up having more relative pounds of fat now in their body. So they're starting with that, a lowered metabolic rate and more ability to gain more weight. So they try to lose weight again and maybe become more restrictive and go on this real extreme diet, and they drop weight again. But this time they lost twice as much muscle mass as they lost fat. They don't stay down very long because, again, that's a very threatening situation from the body to be deficient in lean tissue. So everything in the body will be saying, eat, and you're so hungry, and you regain weight primarily through fat. then that person's body composition changes and they have such a higher percent of body fat compared to lean tissue because they've been breaking down lean tissue in the process of losing weight. And that's really key to bariatric medicine, that we want, if people follow a low-calorie diet, it has to be protein sparing. You don't want to break down your muscle tissue in the process of losing weight. It's why in BistroMD there is protein at every meal, at a very specific amount at every meal. It's based on that type of nutritional science, which we know makes a difference. We want to target fat and not lose fat-free mass. Yo-yo dieting long-term makes you heavier, it makes you fatter, and it makes you weaker because you lose the lean body tissue. We need to put an end to yo-yo dieting. I'm Dr. Carolyn Cedarquist, the creator of BistroMD, and we're putting a death to the yo-yo life.